Hi everyone. Today I am going to tell you a very short story from Bhagavata Purana. Well, this is about the King Nabhaga of Ikshvaku Vansha, and this king had four, or I don't know exactly, many sons, and the youngest son's name was Nabhaga. His name was also Nabhaga. Now, Nabhaga went to his preceptor's hermitage. He was a very wise fellow and he was learned also. He didn't want to get married. So, but after a certain time, he came back to his father's house. And by that time, whatever property his father had was distributed among his other brothers. Now, Nabhaga asked them about his share. Now, listening his words, his brother said, "Ki since you had decided not to get married and have a family, we decided that you don't want any property, so we have divided the property among ourselves. So do one thing, only one thing is left, that is our father. You, that is your property." When they said this, Nabhaga came to his father, and whatever his brothers told him, he told the same thing to his father. Ki, "Oh father, my brother said that you are my property." Then immediately his father said, Ki, "Oh son, don't listen to them. A father is not a property to be enjoyed, and I am nothing but the lifelong, means a commitment for maintenance, and that is why they have told you like this. But whatever it is, the property is already divided, so do one thing, take my advice, go to the Angirasas, means the sages Angirasas, they do the yajna, and after the sacrificial yajna, they distribute, they give some property to the whoever is there. If you approach them, definitely whatever left property was there, means after giving the distributing the property to the Brahmins and the priests, whatever is left they give to other people. So you go and approach them. Then Nabhaga, as he was very obedient, very wise and good fellow, he went to the Angirasas. And Angirasas, they, by that time, they had distributed their whatever left property, means after the yajna, they had given the gifts to the Brahmins and other people, and whatever remained, they gave it to this Nabhaga. Now, when Nabhaga, and they went back to heaven. Now, while Nabhaga was about to take that property, that time a black color huge body stood before him. And Nabhaga was surprised and he asked, "Who are you?" Then that person said, "Ki, oh Nabhaga, I am Rudra and this property belongs to me, because whatever after sacrificial yajna, whatever is left, that belongs to my share. So this is not yours." Then Nabhaga joined his hand, and he then paid him respect and said, Ki, no, oh God, just wait, let me tell this thing to my father. So he came back and said whatever Rudra told him. He said, Ki, "Oh father, I was about to take the property, but I saw that Rudra was standing there and he told me that that property belonged to him. Not, I cannot take that." Then his father said, Ki, "Oh son, ask for the rule, ask for the scriptures. Whatever property is left belong to the, and that is the share of Rudra. So if he says to take that share, then let him take. You cannot take that." Now immediately Nabhaga once again went back and said what his father told him. He said, Ki, "Oh Lord, this property is yours. My father said it doesn't belong to me, means even if Angirasas had given me, but still then I cannot take it, you take your share. When he said this, Lord Rudra became very happy and said, Kyo Nabhaga, I was just testing, and whatever your father said, he spoke the truth and as per the scriptures. So I am extremely pleased. And not only that, you have also told me the truth. You didn't hide anything, and neither you followed any wrong path. So I am extremely happy. Take this thing, and besides this, I will give you all the Brahma Jnana and also the other knowledge. Thus Lord Shiva told him, and then he disappeared. Now Nabhaga take means he got all the property, whatever Angirasas had left, and he came back. And you know, in due course of time, this Nabhaga got married, and he had a son whose name was Ambarisa. You know who was Ambarisa? Ambarisa was a great king, and not only that, he was extremely wise, good, and generous, virtuous, and he knew everything, and he was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. Every time his mind was only with Lord Vishnu. So what happened? One day, Durvasa Rishi, yes, Ambarisa Rishi, King Ambarisa was observing the Dwadasi fast. Means, you know, Ekadasi, the next day was Dwadasi. So he observed Ekadasi. In Dwadasi day, he broke his fasting. So once he was ready to break his fast, after giving all the gifts to the Brahmins and other people, that time, without any invitation, Durvasa Rishi, means sage Durvasa, he reached there. When Ambarisa saw Rishi Durvasa, immediately he prostrated himself on his feet, paid him respect, and requested him, means invited him to take the food. Then Durvasa Rishi became very happy, and he went to take his bath before taking his food. Now King Ambarisa took his bath in Yamuna river, came there, but by that time Rishi Durvasa didn't come back. But the thing is that in Dwadasi Brata, means if you have done Ekadasi, Dwadasi you have to break the fast, and that time there is a particular time when you have to do that. So Ambarisa saw that only few minutes left to break that fast. So, but Durvasa was his guest, so he couldn't do anything. What he would, he was in a dilemma, but then he asked the other priests and Brahmins what to do. Then the Brahmins advised him, O king, you can at least drink some water just for the sake of breaking the fast. So drink. Then Ambarisa thought that although drinking is not equal to eating, still then, since it was the time for breaking the fast, he just took some water and sipped it. As he sipped the water, at that time, Durvasa Rishi reached there. And by his yogic power, he could come to know that King Ambarisa had already taken some water. As you know, Durvasa was always a short-tempered rishi. He got so angry that immediately he just pulled out a hair from his matted hair and formed a Rakshasi, that is lady, Rakshasi, female Rakshasi, and asked him to kill Ambarisa. Immediately the Rakshasi ran towards Ambarisa. But as you know, the devotees of Lord Vishnu, who can touch them? Lord Vishnu ordered Sudarsana Chakra, means his discus to save, to protect King Ambarisa. As the Rakshasi ran with that too terrible Rakshasi, holding a sword, she ran towards Ambarisa. And Ambarisa stood without moving anywhere. He was calm and he only prayed to Lord Vishnu. As the Rakshasi ran, the Sudarsana Chakra stood in front of the Rakshasi and ultimately killed that Rakshasi. Now Sudarsana Chakra ran after Durvasa Rishi because he has to protect the devotee of Lord Vishnu. As Sudarsana Chakra ran after him, Durvasa was terrified and he also ran to save his life. But after running, he reached at Brahma and requested him, "Oh Lord, save me, and this Sudarsana Chakra is running after me to kill me." Then Brahma said, "Oh Durvasa, it is Lord Vishnu's discourse. Who can save you from that? Go to Vishnu." Then Durvasa Rishi went to Lord Shiva. Then once again Lord Shiva said, "O Durvasa, he is the protector. He is the supreme soul and he is the creator, destroyer, everything. Why did you do this? Only Vishnu can save you." Then Durvasa Rishi ran to Lord Vishnu, and when he prostrated himself, holding his feet, Vishnu smiled and said, "Oh, says, it is not me. It is Ambarisa only. He can only save you. You go and ask his forgiveness. Maybe you will be saved, because I am only in the heart of the devotees. And if anything happens to my devotees, I cannot do anything. Go and save yourself." Thus, Durvasa Rishi got no clue what to do. Then he ran to Ambarisa and just bowed down himself before him. This way, Ambarisa Rishi saved the life of Durvasa. This much is the story. Once again, I will tell you another story. Thank you so much.